Hello, my name is Professor Robert Stephen Lewison Jefferson Hamilton III of Worcester Mansion,
And I'm a real boy.
and this is the Far-Flung World. Today I will guide you through the glory of the society of the Incan Empire.
The Incan Empire was founded in 1200 by Manco Capac, and by 1525 was a major power ruling over 6 million people.
In today's episode, we will look into the life of an Incan child named Paco, who will let us into the glory of the Incan Empire.
I can't wait.
This is Paco. He is a peasant child of the Incan Empire. Like the rest of Incan society, the culture of Paco's life primarily revolves around the llama and alpaca.
No, Paco, not Obama. Llama.
The llama/alpaca was the main focus of the culture in the Incan society, used as a means of food, clothing, and transportation. Llamas and alpacas were also considered to be representations of gods and the rulers to the people of the society.
Actually, Paco, that's an alpaca, but I'll let it slide this once.
Unfortunately for Paco, he has checked his calendar, an invention of the Incan society to help keep track of religious rituals, and today is Sacrifice Day. So that means his llama will have to go.
No!
Now, as you can see, the empire is in the shape of a puma, with its capital, Cusco, located in the center. Their land was called the Land of the Four Quarters, where they grew crops such as corn, which they turned into popcorn, legumes, others fruit, nuts, and vegetables. Agriculture, however, was difficult due to the harsh terrain of the Andes Mountains, but they did have plenty of rivers and wetlands for agriculture.
Agri what?
Anyway, Paco has now arrived in the Incan capital of Cusco. Travel to the capital was easy due to the technological advance of 13,000 miles of road built in the empire. Transportation with his llama was very easy.
Paco loves his llama, or alpaca.
The roads also linked the empire militarily and economically to make transportation between the empire easier in times of war or in everyday life to improve the economy.
That sounds just like the Military Interstate and Defense Act.
In the empire, merchants sold goods such as textiles, weavings, metal objects due to advanced metallurgy, and elaborate weapons.
And llamas.
As you can see in the distance, the Incans used elaborate stonework to build giant temples as monuments to the gods. This was done with the technology of cutting out stones and stacking and pressing them together without mortar in between. The most elaborate temple was the Golden Temple of the Sun God, which contained golden statues of llamas and corn on the inside.
That sounds oddly familiar.
Chihuahua.
However, these beautiful areas were used as areas of religious sacrifices. The Incans sacrificed creatures such as animals, humans, and textiles.
No, not the textiles!
Yes, textiles. The Incan society also used quipus, Khipus, that were cryptic notice strings used for record keeping of important dates and other economic purposes. The government also focused on economic expansion, such as the construction of roads for trade. In politics, the Incans followed the mita system, the mandatory public service of the Incan Empire, where each alou gave up a certain number of people to serve into the military and grow food for the elderly, as well as other services.
Abu? Oh my god, that's from Aladdin, isn't it? I love that movie.
No, not Abu, alou. Aylluu. It was an extended family group of the early Incan Empire that could adopt non-Incan members. Women in the Incan Empire were used for the production of textiles as well as for religious sacrifices.
Bye-bye, birdie.
The imperial bureaucracy was believed to be descendants of the sun. Local chiefs ruled and handled administration and judicial matters. The royal bureaucracy were kinsmen of the king or Capac, who lived at the royal palace at Cusco.
Here comes the Capac. Here comes the Capac.
This could be unfortunate for Paco. In Incan society, anyone who looked at the ruler directly was executed. No, Paco, don't look directly into his eyes, or else.
He turned me into a newt. I got better. No! That guy owed me money!
And thus we have come to the end of the life of Paco, the Incan child. The empire will continue to prosper and then will disintegrate at the breakout of civil war between Huascar and Agothapola in 1527, after the death of the emperor Huayna Capac, and the white invaders led by Pizarro in 1532. I hope that you have enjoyed today's episode and come out with more knowledge than when you once came. On the next episode, we will discuss...
That's what you get for turning me into a newt. Oh, no, you don't! You have been defeated. Megazord will rule the galaxy!